Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about
the unboxing review about the White Dwarf issue 508 released by the Game Shop for January 2025. So we start the new year with the White Dwarf. The cover is quite intriguing because it's related about the Underworld Reaper with the Siege of Lethis, that it's the third of, we can call a little campaign that it's the flashpoint Lethis that I quite appreciate, and it's really quite interesting. Anyway, one thing to say about this White Dwarf, it's a little about the inserts, because we have at the back, and I quite like because finally it's confirmed that it's putting not in the middle, so it's much easier to read. Anyway, we had these two schedules that are related about Kill Team, but the most important thing, it's related about this insert, this about warhammer 40k, and this about Age of Sigmar, and the one about Age of Sigmar, it's something that comes from the 2021, so not so far, but you have to pay attention because usually there is the copy of these two missions, Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, inside. This time there is not, so you have only this one if you need, so pay attention, because if you remove this schedule from here, you don't have, as usually it is instead, the normal copy inside. So remember about such detail if interested about. Moreover, I want to remember you that eventually you can make the subscription to the White Dwarf to have this version, so the one without the writing, so it's the same exact version that you have seen here, but without any additional writing and so on, and it can be quite intriguing. Moreover, you can save a lot of money eventually, so think about eventually do the subscription to the White Dwarf itself, because it could be interesting in my opinion. So now it's time to go to see about the contents inside. Here we had the introduction about the White Dwarf, here the contents inside. Then we can flip it, we can find the mailing list of the reader to the team of the White Dwarf, and as usual I suggest you to see about such images, such articles, because it could be interesting to see maybe some paintings, some modifying, some ideas maybe, so it could be really quite intriguing maybe to gain some inspiration for your dioramas, for your painting and so on. That it's interesting. Think also about this, that could be interesting, because here we have Valkyrie with this thread that it's the squad that it's sending. It's quite intriguing in my opinion, and these also are useful to sustain the model itself. So I think that it can have quite a lot of intriguing parts. Here battle report about Underworld, that it's a game that I don't usually play, but I wanted to remember you that the miniatures are fantastic, and it's a way to understand if the game that maybe you never played because you are not interested could be nice. So read, because it could be nice to understand, and I like this way to put and prepare the things. Sincerely, it's a different way to prepare about the battle report that could be quite intriguing. Moreover, you can see some models in more details. You could maybe use them as a referral to kit, maybe some dioramas on maybe making them side by side the miniatures, so that you could think about kitting something. So I think that could be nice, and it's a way for the ones that play to see something that could be interesting, or the ones that don't play the game to understand better about it. So I think that it's quite intriguing. And then here we had the third part about the flashpoint Lethis that I quite appreciate. I love the background because it's really quite intriguing part. Moreover, this it's a way to make you understand how the mentality of the Underworld Reaper works, or at least part of them, but also how they interact with other forces. For example, this I quite love because it's the Underworld Reaper against the enemies of Endorsed. They are both my favorite armies. Not the Patifex Elite, because I prefer the Crematorians, but anyway, it's quite nice because it's also Reaper still. And here we have the enemies of the Endorsed that are my favorite Storm host about the Stormcast Tatters. So it's really quite intriguing part, and the images are amazing, really, and I quite like such internal diatribe with the Underworld Reapers, because we had the Staliarchs with Archcavallo Santos against here the petty street, so quite nice. Here the rules to play, and there is also some background in the middle. There are really quite nice images that I suggest eventually to see, because could be a way to play, so nice. Here you have something that is related about the Daughters of Kings, so a sort of shows that make you deep your understanding about, and I think that it's nice because the background, because the images, the ideas that can then bring you and so on. So I think that it's nice really, because they let you develop much more what you can have, or some idea about the painting, the dioramas or so on. I think that it's really quite nice. It has a lot of potential, and let you, for example, understand some modifying that can change completely the theme of some miniatures, still having them. Really can treat them really like intriguing. Then here the basic training, that it's a way to understand the plane about Age of Sigmar, that could be quite interesting. Also for others games could be nice, because it could be a way to understand how to move and so on. So even if it's not completely your theme, because maybe you prefer Warhammer 40k, it could be an intriguing way. Here about painting, and here we can find about the pattern mimetic for the vehicles, but you can apply also to other things. So it's nice, in my opinion. It could be really quite intriguing to have different schemes and so on. So I think that it can have quite a lot of potential. Then we move to the Warhammer 40k with Chalnath. Here so we can find about a battle with the world, and it's really quite intriguing. It's a way really to make deep and understand about the background and so on. So I think that it's really nice. Moreover, I love such a way to propose so the data ports and so on. So it's really quite intriguing. And here we have rules about Warhammer 40k, but instead of the Chalnath, as usual, we have about combat battle. We have two new combat battles available. One related about the Asta Militarum, so it could be really quite intriguing eventually. So you can think about playing them if you play with the Asta Militarum, with this guitar, with this ones, so it's not a problem. And then we have about the Necrons. So I love the Necrons, but still I don't like combat pattern, but it's in a way it's something that you can have a good referral about. Then we have an article related about Blood Bowl, and it's quite interesting. Sincerely, I like Blood Bowl. I will love to collect the miniatures about Blood Bowl, but I don't like to play them on the battlefield. I prefer to use the computer side, but it's my taste. Anyway, the miniatures are fantastic, and I suggest you eventually to start, because it's really quite crazy and fantastic. I love. Then here we have some tips about the heavy metal to paint, and they could be quite nice, because okay, these are related about the dust, but the tricks are really quite amazing for every model that you can use, and really I think that it's worth. Here the 4 warlords with the old world that continue, and I present the armies as they develop them. So it's not bad in my opinion. It's a way to understand them better and so on, and maybe to find some theme or fall in love for, because for example this can be I love, really it's amazing. And really it's something that I suggest you to read, because they can make you understand how you can start to collect and develop it. Fantastic. Then I had the Black Library with the third part about romance, so it's quite interesting, and it's a way to know better English. It's a way to know an author that you never known, maybe an army that you never known, that it's from an author maybe that you know yet know. So it's really quite intriguing part, and I think that it's really quite interesting. They had the part about the bunker that usually it's at the beginning, now it's postponed here, okay. And usually it's a way to make you cheer, so that you can paint, you can play and so on. It's nice. But what I like is this, that it's a way to play with the cars, the orcs, so the speed competition, I quite like. Here we can find some intriguing modification, that here we had the hull of a Storm Raven, but modified. Here we have a vehicle of the League of Wotan. So it's really quite a way to make you understand that you can personalize as you want, and you can compete. So I quite appreciate this thing. It's simple but crazy. I suggest you to try. If you buy this White Dwarf, try it, because it's amazing. Here, kill team, so that you can find a lot of options to play. I don't like to play, but could be interesting to see maybe some bit of background or some modifying that could be nice. Here, the satellite uplink, that it's another way to see models converted and painted, so that you can have some idea related. And I think that it's nice. I quite like because it shows you different ways to make models. So I quite appreciate them, and sincerely it's a way to see other options maybe that you can have inspiration about. So I quite appreciate. Here what we see in anticipation on in the next numbers, and then we have the back. And so in the back we can find a summary of the contents, and here a image related about the siege of Lethis, so the possible reapers of the Petrifex elite that are going against the cities of Sigmar. So I quite appreciate such image because it's really inspirational. I like this. So what to say about such White Dwarf? Sincerely I think that it's a little superb. I quite appreciate because anyway there is the part about the Siege of Lethis that it's something that I quite like. This flashpoint Lethis I loved. There is the part about the Battlereport for the Underworld that I quite like, sincerely, because you cannot play, but anyway it's a way to know a game, really. There is the part about the combat pathos, so it's not bad in that part for warhammer 40k, but at the same time I find this not so great, because the part about the rules are okay, but at the same time, the part about the painting, modifying and so on, it's really quite rich, because if you see, there is tons of things. Think about the satellite, think about the part about the total skein, about also the old world that present you quite a lot of armies that are related about tons of models. But at the same time, it gives me a feeling that it's not so really upper. It's really something that it's missing. Maybe it's because in the part about the bunker it's not present the part about the 2 mission Warhammer 40k and the Sigmar that usually are, even if you remove the schedules. I don't know, it's something that it makes me feel like something is missing. It's really a feeling. What do you think about? Do you appreciate such White Dwarf? Are you hoping that it will be published something else? Because I think that it has anyway potential. I think that maybe it's not the best, but still intriguing. So tell me. At least for now, only for the White Dwarf. I decided to put in the description the link about my wish list for Amazon if you are interested about making me a gift about. I know it's the first time that I do, so I hope that it works. Anyway, it's something that it's a try. Don't feel that you have to do or so on. It's simply something that if you want to cooperate with me to give me some things that maybe I use then as a review or so on, it could be useful, or that can be useful also for the channel. So eventually you have a thing that you can share with. So from that mode it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.